ये अपना संजीवन है।
Hi friends, let's have more details about formal letters. Formal letters are the most common form of written communication in today's world. Letter writing is an indispensable activity of a human society in the earlier years. In present era of information and technology, we very less write letters to friends and relatives to maintain contacts with them. However, in the present time, with the boon of the methods of communication, many of us don't have time or the inclination or the temperament or the art to write letters. So, telephone, fax, email have replaced personal letters, informal letters. However, formal letters are still in use. Commerce, trade, official correspondence, public representation, complaints, and other dealings, transactions, and communication with people are still conducted through letters. Students are therefore advised to cultivate the art and the skill of letter writing. It must be remembered that different kinds of letters follow different conventions, so the format should suit the type. The syllabus includes writing letters based on the verbal input. This verbal input may contain broad hints or an outline or a suggested beginning. So, read it carefully. This will enable you to judge the scope of your answer. The syllabus include business or official letters or letters to editors and application for the job or miscellaneous letters. In business letter, making inquiries, asking for information, replying the inquiries and giving information, placing orders and sending replies, cancelling orders, letters of making complaints. So these can be included. And related to the official letters, registering complaints, making inquiries and making requests and appeals, so these are included. Letters to editor, you know very well, that's related to giving suggestion on the issue, usually of public interest, expressing views on issue already raised in an article or a write-up or in published letter or by mass media, by TV channels. So there we are allowed to put our views and opinions through letters to the editor. So there we can brought the attention of the public on the specific topic or specific issue in general. Letters of application also, application for jobs are also included in the formal letter writing. And miscellaneous, so there are variety of such miscellaneous letters. In course of time we are going to understand all these classifications of formal letter writing. Dear friends, in view of exams and question papers, formal letter writing holds its importance. Here we are going to understand a marking scheme. Marks for the formal letter writing are awarded on the following lines, on the following aspects. Format, 1 mark will be okay awarded. Content, 3 marks will be awarded, and expression, 2 marks will be awarded. So total 6 marks are awarded with the help of these aspects. So we should know very well the details of the format. We should know what should be in the content, and as well as we should have the thorough knowledge or information about how expressions should be there in the formal letters. So total the questions based on the formal letter writing will okay give us 6 marks. Now let's understand the first point, that's format of the formal letters. The first point, that's sender's address. uh, on the top left hand corner, sender's address should be mentioned. We can omit punctuation marks nowadays. There's no need of any punctuation marks with address and other things. So on the top of the letter, by the left hand corner side, we should put the sender's address, which will be mentioned in the question itself, followed by the date just below the sender's address. These days marks of a punctuation are not used, so no need. You may write 17 March 2000 double x, or March 17 2000 double x, or 17th March 2000 double x. In various ways date can be mentioned. Just whatever mention or whatever told or directed advice, the type of a date should be written. The writing of a date has its own format, it has its own pattern, so those patterns should be maintained and should be preferred, followed by the inside address or the receiver's address. The name and the designation of the addressee is written on the left hand side. So after date, receiver's address should be written down, then followed by that's subject. The subject heading is written just below the receiver's address, and then this should be above the body of the letter, and it helps the quick disposal or understanding of the content of the letter. So subject should not be complicated, it should not be uh, lengthy one. So in a single line subject should be mentioned, so that will be helpful to understand the core content of the body of the letter. So the subject or heading is written just below this receiver's address, and that should clear that should give clear message to the reader about the topic, about the subject, about the content. And then a salutation on the left hand side, below the subject. The usual form of salutation is, that is, a sir, or even sometimes madam also possible. And in case of address is personally known to the writer, still if we mention sir or madam, so that will be a good sign. So instead referring the personal, like dear, or so these are not required, not necessary, not needed. So sir is enough, or if in case madam is there, so that's madam is only enough. So this care should be taken into the consideration, followed by the body or the content of the letter. So this is the most important part of the letter. Mention specific topic only. Fluency and accuracy in presentation of a well organized relevant ideas are required, essential. And no, the irrelevant information or any topic or any subject should be should not be inserted. So this is one care we have to take into our consideration, that the information should be specific and particular, and it should appeal to the subject only, topic only. Then so the body or content of letter includes three paragraph, and in three paragraph we have to develop, we have to put forward the topic or the subject of the formal letter. And then the ending part, the concluding part, that's a complimentary close, written on the left hand side, couple of lines below the last line of the body of the letter. The usual complimentary endings are yours faithfully, or yours truly, yours sincerely. So out of these, any can be used. And however, if the name of a person is used in the salutation, the complimentary close can be yours sincerely. So any of these complimentary close can be mentioned. And then signature. A formal letter requires your full signature with the name and designation coming just below it. The signature is put just below the complimentary close. So signature means that's a name only. We can put the name what is mentioned in the question, and below the name in bracket. So that's name can be written in bold letters, in capital letters. So with these hints, or with these value points, we can understand what is the format of the formal letter writing. This should be kept in box. So box should be drawn around the letter. So this one care we have to take. Now let's understand the next aspect of formal letter writing. That's the content. Content includes your creativity in presenting ideas with which are relevant to the topic of the letter. The content of the letter must be well organized to ensure clarity and effective communication. The content is divided into three main parts. That's the introductory part, in which theme can be explained, or the subject or the topic can be brought there effectively. And the second, that's the main part. The main part is the explanation part, so there we can add more details. The real content can be inserted there. In main part we have to elaborate the topic or the subject or the theme of the letter. So that holds a lot of importance. Proper vocabulary should be there, then proper presentation should be there, then the justice to the subject should be okay given, and there should not be any confusion, it should not be ambiguity, then the message should be clear. A reader should understand what is meant in the main part. And then the concluding remarks, the last paragraph, that the deal suggestions or expectation or appeal to the public in general. So these things are included in the concluding remark, or the last third paragraph of the letter. So these are the some points related to the content. Moving forward to the next point, that's expression. In expression, we have to take care of the language and the related vocabulary etc, the related other aspects to the expression. The first point, that's a fluency, is our ability to present our ideas in a coherent and organized way. So the subject should have with ideas, and those ideas should be put in proper coherence and in well organized manner. So there should be a fluency, there should be a flow of ideas or opinion or views in the formal letter. Before answering in the fair, you must prepare a rough draft and jot down your ideas. So we should jot down the ideas which we are going to insert, so there should not be any confusion in our minds, and which ideas we are going to prefer and which ideas of less importance. So certain sequencing should be there in our mind, so we can follow the proper speed or the fluency or the flow of ideas in the paragraph. You may follow the process detailed below. Think about the later topic, collect all the ideas and put them roughly, organize the ideas by putting common ideas together, arrange them sequentially, end on a positive note. So this is very important. The end should be on the positive note only. In letters to editors, state the problem clearly. Try to present both sides of the picture. In case of a discussive topic or one requiring argumentative presentation, give the pros and cons of the situation. Always offer usual suggestion, a useful suggestion to overcome the problem. Then the next point, that's accuracy, involves grammatical correctness as well as the structuring of the sentence. Simple sentence should be there, long sentences should be avoided. Your effort should be not to use complex and long unwidely sentences, but to present your content in a simple and straightforward language. So preference should a simple language and straightforward language. Note the following points about the use of the language: simple, then direct, then formal tone should be there, and a straightforward manner should be there. greater flexibility should be there, suitable to the subject or content, it should be there, and formal, direct, and to the point, it should be there. For example, I have to honor to state, so such notation should be now of no use. So instead, it's easier to and simple to say I wish to say or I want to say, in a instead of a complicating manner or in a complicating way. We have to follow the simple and straightforward, specific and particular to the point ways to put forward views and opinions and subject kind of topic or a subject in the letter. Then this is the point is that's a formal. So the tone should be formal only, and it should be specific, and everything should be simple instead of complications, or instead of okay uncomfortable to understand the content or topic in the letter. So instead of that, simpleness should be followed, and proper sequencing should be there. First important, then the minor, then again important. So this sequencing can be followed in view of the subject and the issue or the topic which we are going to raise in the formal letter writing. Dear friends, let's understand the process of formal letter writing with the help of one specimen which is given for your better understanding. The question was appeared in 2009, so little old pattern of question is mentioned here, is given preference here. You are Navneet of 65 PH Road, Mangalore. Recently, you bought a mobile phone from the Phone Point, 83 Mount Road, Mangalore. The phone instrument developed a problem within a month of purchase. Write a letter to the dealer giving details of the nature of the problem and asking him, her to rectify the defect or replace the set. Answer: 65 PH Road, Mangalore. This is a center's address. Below this letter is mentioned, a date is mentioned, 17 January 2000 XX, and then followed by the receiver's address. Here the sales manager can be also, so this designation can be mentioned, the sales manager. The Phone Point, this is the title of that Shopee, mobile Shopee, or the dealer. 83 Mount Road, this is the address. And then Mangalore can be mentioned here. Then subject is mentioned here, rectify, replace defective mobile. So subject is in a very brief way, it's a mention in very limited words, so it is a noted down: rectify, replace defective mobile phone. And then living line salutation is here. So sir is mentioned here, and then the first paragraph. Let's see. I had purchased a mobile phone Nokia E63 from your showroom, wide bill number 4020, on 22nd December. I was using it to my satisfaction since I bought it, but for the past few days I have noticed that I know I now need to charge my phone after every 4 to 5 hours, unlike earlier when I used to charge my phone after almost 24 hours. Despite the fact that I'm using the phone for the same duration as before, the battery life has reduced drastically. It's my request to you to rectify this defect with the battery or replace the handset that comes with a 1 year warranty. The Phone Point enjoys a good reputation and goodwill, so I expect you to look into the matter at the earliest, so as to enable me to use my mobile phone as conveniently as I was using it before. Yours sincerely, Navneet. So this is a very better answer to the question, and very nice wordings is there, and simple and very straightforward sentences are here. the topic and the problem or the subject is noted down very nicely, and the formal tone is maintained here. So overall, this letter fulfilled all the criteria or all the aspects which we discussed earlier. In short, this is a very good answer which has come with all the criterias and all the good aspects of a formal letter writing, and it's a really a good answer. Thank you for watching this video.